Biggin. Biggin. What's up? What's up, my fellow avid outdoorsmen? Thanks for checking this out. Thanks for clicking on us. If you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe to the channel and help us grow this. Give us a thumbs up and comment below. We appreciate you seeing what we got going on. So if you're new to the channel, a lot of fishing videos, a little bit of hunting videos, some tips, tricks, and some vlogs as well. So today what I want to talk about is the dreaded month of September. It can be very overwhelming for a bass fisherman. September, August, towards the end of August through September, and even in the middle of October in our area, the Midwest, can be very, very challenging. So one thing I have learned about that time of year is that it's really hard to nail down a specific pattern. Sometimes you have to roll with a lot of different things to get bites. So when in doubt, junk it out. That's what I do, is just junk fish. You're going down the lake and man, that bluff wall looks good. Man, that boat dock looks good. And you can get bites everywhere. And you can get bites nowhere. It can be one of the toughest times of year. But for me, you just have to put your head down and grind it out. And for Indiana fishing, Midwest fishing, that's all we know anyway. I tend to gravitate away from the offshore fish. If you can find them, you can get right in a hurry. But for me, I just cover more water, fishing shallow, because that's just what I like to do. So I love to fish offshore, Carolina rig, crankbait, jig. I enjoy doing it, but whenever I get into that August, late August, early September, the shad are starting to get in the right mood. The water temperatures are starting to slowly creep down. We're starting to get a little more rain, which in the backs end of those creeks puts a little color to the water, also creates a little current, cools the water off, and gets the fish going that direction. So that's why I typically will focus on anything but, and I try to just run as much of it as I can and not really focus on a pattern, just fish what's in front of me. Spinnerbait, chatterbait, buzzbait, crankbait, jig, swim jig, swim bait, popar, the list goes on and on. A Berkeley Chapo or Whopper Plopper, Nico rig, drop shot. I will literally have 15 rods tied up and ready to go whenever I'm fishing in the early fall, late summer, because you just never know what you're going to need or what you're going to use. I like to narrow it down to a couple rods, but most of the time I find myself digging more out of the rod locker as the day goes on. Eventually, I can get a few bites and I can start putting them back up. So don't be scared to step your arsenal up. Stack up a few more weapons on the front deck, some weapons of bass destruction. So the video you're about to see is just me bouncing around all over the place until I finally locate some better quality fish towards the back half of a creek. And I always keep in mind the shad, where the bait are. The bait drive the bass movement. So if there's not a ton of bait, a lot of times there's not going to be a ton of bass. They tend to drive the movement. Now, that being said, the bait is extremely hard to compete with. When you have tons and tons and tons of bait, or your little square bill crankbait, it don't look as good as the real thing. No matter how much fancy paint and metallic they can put on it, it just don't look as good as the real thing. So you have to compete, and that's where I typically say go big or go home. If bait is this big, I want to throw something this big. Don't give them a chance to think about it. I mean, burn it. Make them use their instinct. When they see it, they want to feed on it, or they don't. And if they don't, you got to find the ones that will. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Watch this video. Like I said, drop a like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you in the next video. We appreciate it. Thanks again.
got him one from the back.
What? Mountain Dew.
You got him good. Well, it didn't hurt him.
Alright, get the scales out. I was throwing a Guggen Squad popper over here on these, like, flat rocks that kind of go out and, like, angle out a ledge.
Good job. Alright, there you go. September can be a grind, guys. You just got to put your head down and push and push and push. Try different things. I mean, if something looks good, you see it looks good, don't be scared to stop and fish it. Change it up a little bit.
Whatever it is, that just set the hook on it.
Got him, big one.
No.
Spotted bass. Spotter.
Fish?
See that? That sucker came out of nowhere. Oh, he got me in the tree. Good. Big one. Big one. I seen him flush it. Come here, baby.
Grab me.
Got him. Look at that.
Scales?
Look at that, son.
Scales. We gotta see how many pounds that thing weighs.
Looky there. Good one. And sometimes you got to get in the back of a creek and you find the fish like this that are just living in the back of a creek all by themselves. And he was up underneath of a laydown and I skipped my bait up underneath of it and he flushed it. End of August, 1st of September is one of the toughest times of year to fish. It's kind of the end of summer pattern or end of summer transition. They're not quite following the shad 100% yet, at least into the backs of the creeks. Definitely notice that the shad are starting to make the migration. I'm seeing a lot of shad halfway back. just junk fishing 101, and that's what it takes this time of year for me. And it's hard to really nail down a pattern because the fish are just everywhere. So I have so many different techniques: a shaky head, you know, a Nico rig, a drop shot.
Ready?
I have it changed, you know, I've changed between probably 15 different things today.
Hope you picked up on a few tips and tricks that maybe will help you next time on the water. Don't be scared of it. Run and gun and sling some lead around, see what happens. Good luck, guys. Tight lines. We will see you in the next video. As always, we appreciate it.